Professor Mwenda, good afternoon and welcome to this interview. Congratulations on the launch of the book that you did last evening. That was a very successful event. And could you tell us something about the book?
Thank you so much. The book that I was launching is actually in 2 volumes. It's volume 1 and volume 2. It's about 1,000 pages long. And it's actually a very sort of eclectic taste of various aspects of social sciences and law, cognitive disciplines that relate to law. So I touch on various themes. The whole idea, this is an anthology. It's a collection of essays that I've written over the years on various disciplines that sort of capture law, interdisciplinary law and social sciences issues. And I think it's been long overdue. Finally, I've brought it to fruition. It's taken me about 7 years to put this book together.
Thank you so much. Could you tell us about your background? Are you married? Do you have children? Do you have a family? Tell us about your siblings.
Yeah, I'm 47 years this year. I'm a Zambian. Originally, I left Zambia about 26 years ago to go to Oxford as a Rhodes Scholar. So I did my graduate studies at the University of Oxford as a Rhodes Scholar with BCL. My first degree is from UNZA. Then after the BCL, I did a Master's in Business Administration at Hull University in the United Kingdom. And then I got a lectureship as an assistant professor at the University of Warwick. So I taught at Warwick University 95 to 98. And at the same time did my PhD at Warwick University. And just when I was finishing my PhD, I was trying to move over to the States. So I got an offer to go to Yale Law School, which is about the best law school in the US. And something again happened at the time. I couldn't go to Yale because the World Bank gave me an offer on the Young Professionals program. So I weighed the 2 offers and I ended up at the World Bank. So I've been with the World Bank for the last 18 years. I started off as a young professional and I continued my academic career on the line concurrent with what I do at the World Bank in my free time. So I've been teaching at various universities in the UK, South Africa and the US. I serve as adjunct professor at American University in Washington DC in the law school there, and I was extraordinary professor at University of Pretoria. And I've also taught at UCT. I teach as well in Zambia to give back for free at University of Lusaka. And I've been writing, yes, I'm married, I have a wife. She's a medical doctor by profession with an MD and an MPH background. She just finished postdoc qualifications at Harvard Medical School. Her name is Judith, and we have a 10-year-old son whose name is Joseph. So it's a small family, and I travel a lot with my family when I'm traveling. I've just come from South Africa. I was teaching at University of Western Cape and University of Pretoria. And then I was doing the book launch yesterday. So really that's a nutshell about my background. I worked for a long time in the legal department as senior counsel at the World Bank. I'm now program manager and head of executive head of the World Bank Voice Secondment Program. So I run the World Bank Voice Secondment Program, which is an initiative of the executive directors of the World Bank.
We've just come off an election period at Zambia. We just voted a new president in, and these last elections were heavily contested. And we don't even know if we're done with the process yet, because I believe that the opposition political party has taken the case up to the Constitutional Court. And I'm seated here talking to you, and I'm thinking to myself, here is one of Africa's best legal minds, and this is a Zambian, you know. Why don't you come back home and serve the country in a different capacity? Because there is, you know, a serious gap of leadership in this country.
The world is changing so much. We're in a globalized world now. People can work from anywhere in the world. And I come to Zambia almost every year. I was in Zambia in February. This is August. I was here again in November last year. And I do a lot of work, pro bono work. Teaching at University of Lusaka as extraordinary professor as well here in Zambia. And again, that's pro bono for free, just to help out our people. I mentor a lot of young people. So I think even while out there, I can contribute a lot, and I've continued to contribute. I just came from University of Zambia donating copies of my books. It's not the first time I'm doing it. I do it for free, just to help out our people, especially those books that I've written. So I think wherever I am in the world, I can still contribute to Zambia. I don't have to join politics. But if the opportunity presents itself, I would have to discuss with my wife and family.
Professor Mwenda, you've had so many opportunities in life, and in particular I'm thinking about the opportunity you had, 2 good offers on your plate to go and continue your studies at Yale University and to work for the World Bank. Just how did you make that choice? How did you make the decision to decide to go, you know, to go for the World Bank offer and turn out, you know, turn down the Yale University offer. How did you do that, and what is your advice to young people as they're making their career choices?
Career choices, again, I think from the very beginning you need to know what you want to do. I think I started off really wanting to be a scholar. Not so much an academician, but a thought leader, a scholar. And I was very inspired by a number of West African scholars, for example, Nigeria, as well as American English scholars. So you must have a global perspective, but also, more importantly, know your capabilities. And looking back, I think I can safely say that I have achieved much of what I wanted to be. I wanted to write. I've now written 29 books. This was my 29th book, the one I was launching, more than 100 journal articles and refereed journal articles. My philosophy really is that even when I retire at the World Bank, where I decided to move on, there should be no dispute whatsoever, they say, like, of the 10 top legal minds that Africa has produced. You should be able to walk in that room saying, I think I can count myself in there.